got home at the kitchen table, she said, "Son, I'd really like for you to share a message at Dad's funeral." And as honored as that would be, and I thought that could be possibly one of the hardest things that I would ever do in my life, I was wrong. It is absolutely the hardest thing that I've ever prepared for. The Lord used my son Micah this morning to say, "Daddy, you have so many pages of notes. Why don't you just put those down and share it from your heart?" And that's what I'm going to do. See, Dad wasn't only a grandfather to Micah, a great, amazing husband to Mom for 61 years, a daddy to Kim and I, 60 years, sorry sis, 55 years for me. See, Dad was my hero. He was my number one encourager. He was my best friend. And I know that as he looks down at us from heaven right now, he would want to make sure that we had laughter, that you'd really see and hear who Dad really was, because one of the amazing gifts that God gave him was to make people laugh. The hundreds of people that came last night to visit our family and to pay their respects to Dad, he said he made me laugh so many times. He always had a smile. He was just a genuine man. And for that, we're so grateful. And I want to personally thank you from the heart of our family for coming here today to honor Dad. I know people have traveled all over the country, and as his son, I just wanted to say thank you. When Leslie and I took a trip back here about 11 years ago, it was for Mom's 50th wedding anniversary. And we were out for a meal, and I just had to ask, Mom and Dad, 50 years? What's the secret? I mean, Leslie and I are just at about 11 years at that time. We just need to know. Simultaneously, they said the same two words, and that was date night. See, they met on a blind date, as you heard, and when they got back together, Saturday night was their date night, and they just never stopped for 61 years. I was a freshman in college at La Crosse, and I get a phone call from Mom that I got many times, and this is how the phone call goes. "Son, you're never going to believe what Dad did at date night last night." I go, "Is this one that I need to sit down for?" And she goes, "It's going to be a classic. You better sit down." I'm like, "Let's hear it, Mom." She goes, "Well, we got ready for our date night last night, and during the day, my dad asked, 'What should I wear tonight?' And Mom goes, 'You know what? We've been dancing so much. I know you need some new shoes. Why don't you go down to Haas Shoes, get some brand new shoes, and then wear a nice suit, and we'll go out. But before we go out dancing, let's just have a romantic meal at home.' Dad thought that was a good idea. So he got his new shoes. He prepared steaks on the grill. And when he brought them in, he said, 'Honey, why don't you prepare the meal? I'll go get changed, and then we'll have candlelight dinner before we go dancing.' Mom loved it. And she goes, 'You sure you don't want to tell me what to wear tonight?' She goes, 'I don't really care, but just make sure you wear your new shoes.' He goes, 'Okay.' A couple minutes later, Mom's putting the garnish on everything for the meal, and she hears this behind her. 'Honey, how did these look?' When Mom turned around, all Dad had on was his new shoes, and nothing else. That was it. As I picked myself off the floor and said, I just had to ask the question, I said, 'Well, Mom, what did you do?' Sheepishly, she said, 'Dinner was delayed for a few more minutes.'" That was my dad. He was just so spontaneous. He loved to make Mom laugh. And he just set this amazing example for me now at 21 years of marriage, that am I really still courting Leslie? Am I still taking care of my wife? If I'm honest, I don't hit the mark every Saturday night. And that's a challenge for me to really step up as a husband, as a man of God, and say, "Leslie, I need to take care of you and love on you." That's one of the best ways we can love on our children.